Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Hope you're all keeping well. Today, we're flying in Flight Sim 2024 for a flight in the newly released, the Flight Sim 2024 version of Just Flight's RJ Professional, the Avro RJ, the Whisper Jet, and we're going to do a cargo flight blasting off out of Leeds Bradford from iniBuilds, and we're going to ramble all the way over to Shannon, back out the west coast of Ireland, because the weather, it's rain and drizzle and sunshine with clouds and clear conditions, hot and cold, bit of snow and rain and high winds, but very calm with thunder and lightning in the dark in the morning. It's grand. So that's what we're at. I haven't flown this airplane in quite some time. I mean, I've jumped into it and messed around, but I haven't actually taken on a full flight. So this flight today, expect about an hour and a half, give or take, and we'll see what the story is and how it behaves. Do you know? But I hope you're keeping well. Hope your day is going grand. I've had a relatively productive morning, yes, and things arriving. I need to buy a new shower. No. Yeah. So the shower, right? A Triton shower. Yeah. It works and all, but there's an overflow valve. No, it's not even a valve, it's a hole, right? It's like an overflow little chute, right? And there's water coming out of that. And when I take off the hose, the shower hose, yeah, well, it doesn't come out of that. It's grand. So I said, sure, I just need to descale the gadget. So it was descaled. No. Right, I need to buy a new gadget. No. So I imagine now there's possibly something in the shower with we've hard water out here. Do you ever hear the likes of it? Hard water, lime and stuff. So I probably need a new shower. Or just keep using it. I mean, it works, But don't get shampoo in your eyes. I'm telling you, it's despite what people say, it's not great crack. Eyes like friggin' them fellas in the snow, But apart from that, then I'm just waiting on more of me gadgets to arrive, network cards, and hopefully we're going to get some faster internet next week. That would be great crack. Then I can do all sorts of stuff. So apart from that, it's relatively calm. Yes. The cat. The cat set off the alarm last night. Well, at 4:15 this morning. I was up very late last night. Ridiculous. Planning a trip to New Zealand at 2 o'clock this morning. Stupid. But anyway, 4:15, all the alarms going off. I was oh no, we're under attack. Tommy, Willie, cover the back wall. Finton, cover the downstairs and the basement. We haven't got a basement, Anyway, I came down and said, sitting room, motion sensors. Oh no! So there it was, in me jocks and me hurl, coming down the stairs. I'm going to batter you! And it was the cat. But it's grand. At least I know the motion sensors work. I just need to dial them down so it doesn't detect the cat. Do you know what I'm saying? She's inside there now, sprawled out in the sunshine, saying, yeah, and I'm going to do it again tonight. And I liked it. Right? That's right. But anyway, that's what I'm up against. And then I got shampoo in my eyes this morning. Look at the eyes in it. Look, hang on. If you don't think so, hang on. Where's this button? Look at those tired eyes. I look like I haven't slept in days, and I'm actually all right. You know what I mean? But anyway, who's here? Look, Bio Games, welcome in. He said I was watching last night's stream, and it cut me off and switched me over to the live stream. Jeez, I didn't know it did that either. Good morning, Bio Games. Hope you're well, buddy. Where's this now? We press some buttons here. Look, there we go. Calm. Approach into this morning's flight. For those gamers in the house, welcome aboard. Commander Balosh, I hope you're keeping well. Rain is here. Ailerons into wind. The hymn. Top of the morning to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Malky Mac is here. Good morning. Naughty Gnome. Welcome back to the land of milk and honey and work, and alarm clocks. Hope you're well, buddy. Looking forward to tonight's flight. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're well. PH Roy is here. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. Muttley is in the house. Toto2495. He says, morning all. Don't mind me. I'm just lurking. Working. Welcome in, Toto. You're looking well. Sir Camsalot, a very good morning to you, my guy. Hope all is well. Corn Wolf is here. How are you, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. Admiral's Disaster Lounge has rumbled aboard. He says, morning, afternoon, and good evening. Good to see you, buddy. Shunty, yeah, that's the time. It's good to see you, buddy. Dazza Tiara is here. Jesus, not you again, Fabio. Dazza, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Jefferson 2001, the man, the myth, the legend, has rambled in. What news of the realm? He says, good morning, everyone. Brilliant. Good to see you, Jeb. Jeb, when are you flying out of here next week, is it? Interesting. But yes, lots of sensors but no sense. Now you've said it. Turd Ferguson is in the house. Good morning. Muttley says, Murphy, did you remember? Yeah, remember to fix the buttons you broke last night. I did. I fixed them. Very slow frame rate, but I fixed them. Brilliant. Yeah, I fixed all the buttons that needed to be fixed. Good man yourself. Muttley, you're back in the will. Hayden UK, good morning to you, my guy. Hope you're well. What are the Jesus, those buttons? There's noises. And it's only a Thursday morning. What's going on? Hang on a second. Alison Johnson is here. Ali, you absolute mad person, you. Mother, did you just see what she did? 10 gifted tier 1 subs into the community. Ali, that's 900 for the channel. What? Alison Johnson, thank you so very, very much indeed. Then she went ahead with a tier 3 subscription, 60 months. 5 years, Ali, that's absolutely nuts. I haven't aged a day. Well, you know, I mean, thank you very, very much indeed. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub, but thanks to the lovely Alison Johnson, well, do be sure to say thank you. Ali was flying airliners yesterday, the day before she was in the helicopters, right? We did Formula 1. So I didn't, you know, she's flat out, she's back and she's in full swing. So thank you very, very much indeed, Ali. Hope you're well. Ali, have you flown this machine yet? Where's this now? Naughty says, I won't lie, work and alarm clocks have been rather disappointing. Yes. The Sin Boogie, welcome aboard. Let me see now. Soup Evo, welcome in. Good morning. Hope you're keeping very well indeed. Wednesday morning flying to Dublin, then on to the States, says Jeppison. Ooh. So get this, right? I've been looking at flights over to New Zealand, right? Because my buddy is living out there and he says, well, come over, come on. So you've no accommodation costs. So that kind of makes it all right. And also, if I time this correctly, the Warbirds over Wanaka event is going to be on. So I'm looking at flying out the end of March, you know, for 2 weeks. And I'm looking at the different flights and a lot of head scratching in this one, right? I can get, Jesus, there's more things happening. All right. I can get flights from Dublin to San Francisco with a layover in San Francisco for like 5 hours, and then San Francisco over to Auckland. And that's flying with Aer Lingus and Air New Zealand, right? Which I thought, you know, that's not bad. Then on the way home, Auckland back. And the reason why I'm going to fly just to Auckland, well, like, it's almost like a bus service. You can fly Auckland down to Invercargill or to, you know, Invercargill is where I'm going. But like, you can go via Christchurch or just go direct from Auckland. And they're kind of like Ryanair flights so far as there's plenty of them and they're relatively cheap. You're talking like, you know, €80 one way, that kind of stuff, right? But anyway, the flights, you can either go down to the Middle East, which probably isn't going to be popular with all the drama, right? And the news of unpleasantries and all the stuff that's going on out there, right? A lot of flights would actually go to and from that neck of the woods, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Doha, all that neck of the woods. Or indeed you can go via Europe. Munich, for example, Lufthansa will fly a Dublin to Munich, Munich to Singapore, and then Singapore down into Auckland. So you've options that road as well. So I need to wait and see. But it looks terribly, terribly interesting. And yeah, I was looking at flights till stupid o'clock last night. As you do. So yeah, I'm thinking of it. There might be now spin over because, like, flights aren't actually too bad. They range anywhere from about €1,200 per person return to about, you know, €2,000 per person return. So that's your ballpark figure. So there's 3 of us going. But when you consider a 2-week holiday with no cost for accommodation, I'm kind of right. We shall see. Once used to go direct to LAX. We can also go, so it's funny enough you mentioned that, Ali. It's Dublin, San Francisco on the way over, and then it's Auckland, LAX on the way back. Do you know? So there's all these sort of options we can look at. I need to tease it out. What do you guys think when it comes to airline tickets? As we approach the winter time, does it drop off a bit, or do they kind of not really move? You know, because like whenever I wait to go flying, it's like the prices go up. It's Murphy's Law. And then when I book them, then they go down, right? It's a Murphy's Law thing. It's, you know, it's just part of it. That's the route you use when you travel back and forth to New Zealand. Ooh, nice, Ali. Nice. Yeah, I'll look into it more. But yes, Sim Guy, good to see you, buddy. John Jer is here. Welcome in. Where's this now? Aerostar the day before. Oh, the Aerostar. We're not flying a helicopter one of the days. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let me see now. You're there during your lunch break. What's for lunch today, Ali? MDA 009. Hello, hello. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Where's this now? Automod held a message from Commander Balosh. Commander Balosh, I didn't like the word. Were you trying to talk like, you know, Officer Crabtree? Brilliant. Flight prices are the best they've been since 2016, says MDA. Ooh. We'll have to look at that. The Limbics, a very good morning to you. The Limbics, I'm thinking about visiting your parish at the end of March, early April. Probably heading up to Wings over Wanaka if you're knocking around. We'll go for an owl, you know, tasty beverage. But yes, business class all the way. Are you mad? The price? Emirates all the way. Emirates are dear at the moment, though. Corned beef sandwich. Ooh, beef Wheaties at Twix. Jesus, that sounds lovely. A corned beef sandwich, bit of brown sauce as well. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Emirates. I like flying Emirates, but like they're about 2,200 euros per person return. And like it's only when you start adding it up, like you could save 1,500 quid on your flights just by going with someone else. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll have to look into it. Let me see here. October and February are the best times, I think, to book. Thank you, MDA. I shall check it out. Aileron says, book a midweek ticket and always stay out of the holiday seasons. 100%. So yeah, it's cheaper to fly out either Tuesday or Thursday than it is on Monday or Friday, for example. But yes, Saturday is holiday. Aha. Jefferson says, try to have a layover for 1 or 2 days in San Francisco to break up the journey. You see, I can't really, and the reason being is I'm planning about 2 weeks, and it's going to take me 2 days to get there. No matter who I fly with, it's 2 days to get there. It's like 30 hours, right? Give or take. But it's you're well into your second day. And like if we fly out on Thursday, we get there on Saturday. Saturday is going to be a write-off because you're going to be shagged. You're just going to be tired. You'll bounce back on Sunday then. But that means then I'd have Sunday. You wouldn't even have. I get there Saturday, so you'll have Sunday. Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll see. We'll see what the crack is, because I think the weather over there is going to be kind of around our autumn, which would be nice as well. You know what I mean? Soup Evo, thank you very much indeed. Jesus, tier 1 for 5 months. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. Rico Flight is here. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday to you. I am looking at going up to the Warbirds too, but you're around the town anyway. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's a long trip for 2 weeks. It is. Like, there's a lot of running around for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But yeah, Limix, so the idea would be flying out somewhere around the 27th to the 30th of March and then bug home on the 12th of April. And be in Wanaka for the Warbirds thing. So buddy of mine's got a camp, or not a camper, a caravan, and you'd have the crack. Caravans over in New Zealand aren't what they like over here. You know, they're acceptable out there. Over here, we're like, oh, Jesus, you're not doing a caravan holiday, are you? You know what I mean? So we'll definitely look into it. Do you know? It could be fun. It could be fun. Now, all of that could change. You know me, lads. But that's the planation at the moment. Will 1985 is here. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. Kubi Montana is in the house. Direct to Sim, welcome aboard. And Ernie T, welcome in, lads. You're looking absolutely great. As I said, our flight today, it's going to be Leeds Bradford over to Shannon. And then when we land in Shannon, we're going to ramble over to Flight Sim 2020 because we're going to look and review or preview our VATSIM flight tonight, which we're taking the 737-8 out of Orlando and we're heading up to the Florida beaches, which is, I'm looking forward to that flight. It's not a massively long flight, about an hour and a half block time, depending on what you're flying, but I'm looking forward to it for sure. So we shall see what happens. Norse Gaming, good to see you. Sackhead is here, welcome aboard. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. Right, we'll get into the thing with the yoke, with the stuff. Look. Now, hello, RJ. Oh, Jesus. Now, the RJ, the Avro RJ, built, of course, on the success of the BAE 146. There was a couple of changes made to this, but not too many so far as pilots didn't have to go off and get kind of retype rated, right? So the idea behind this was keep the familiarities there, make it more efficient, update the avionics. In some variants, they lowered the floor and, you know, threw in an extra few seats here and there. What Just Flight have given us is a theoretical... It's a make-believe one. Theoretical, that's the one. Theoretical. Words are hard in the morning. But anyway, what we're looking at here, this was once proposed by Avro, and it just never kind of came to fruition, which was a cargo variant of the Avro RJ. And what it would allow for, you see, one thing about the Avro RJ, and indeed the BAE 146, right? The width of the aircraft, it's quite staggering. This thing, would you believe it, has the same width capacity of that of a 737. It's a wide body, or mid-sized body. It's not like the narrow body like an ATR. This is quite wide. And it meant that it can carry quite a number of passengers. Now, the reasons why these things kind of dropped off and failed was because, well, you had 4 engines. They became very expensive to run. There's still a few of them rocking around, but overall, I mean, Air France used a rake of these, CityJet used a rake of them, and so on. But the idea of running 4 engines wasn't very, wasn't very economic. Greta wouldn't have been happy with this machine at all. Now, you might be asking, for such a small aircraft, why have 4 engines? Well, the original design was to have 2. Then they felt it was underpowered, and they were going to make it a trijet, and that would have required all sorts of hootenanny when it came to changing the fuselage and all this sort of jazz. So they went with 4 engines, and the thought there being was, phenomenal redundancy and extra power, meaning it can carry a much bigger load. Because it's a high wing design, which we don't really see in airliners. It's quite a unique design, this, and it's a cool looking jet. The RJ, it's a beautiful jet based on the 146, as I say. They're just cool looking, They were popular at London City for a long while. Yeah, 100%. They actually do have very strong short takeoff capabilities. 4 engines, right? They've all sorts of power going into this thing. So we checked out this airport last night. This is Leeds Bradford enhanced. This is from iniBuilds, and as I said, we're going to fly across the pond here over to Shannon, and we'll see what the story is. Do you know, 4 APUs, right? Do you know, it's kind of mad looking. And well, Just Flight have done an absolutely incredible job with this aircraft, and I love the fact that we have these in Microsoft Flight Sim. And X-Plane, for that matter, if you like to fly along an X-Plane, well, the Avro RJ is over there as well. But they're phenomenal planes. They're so well put together. Just Flight do an incredible job, and they're so different. They're so different, and that's why I like flying this kind of stuff. Same with the Fokkers, same with Just Flight's aircraft. They tend to go for the unusual. Simming Sav, thank you very much indeed. Good to see you, bud. Thank you very much for your 4 months. So what we're going to do, as I said, we're in this cargo variant of the aircraft. Let us have a quick preview of our flight plan, and we'll bring it up here on the screen. So I'm not carrying any passengers, but we are carrying some cargo, 8.5 tons, right? Sufficient fuel is on board, so we're going to be bring up some weather here as well. So we're going to be leaving Leeds Bradford. There's all sorts of rain and stuff on the way. There's showers in the area. We're going to be flying across the pond north of Dublin, and then we're going to be heading into familiar territory over Peleg, right, which is here at the centre, and then we're down to the Digan arrival. So we're expecting runway 24 into Shannon. All right. Our departure out of Leeds, it's that on the Nelsa 4 Whiskey departure off runway 32. All right, so not too bad. Cruise altitude for today's flight is flight level 240, 24,000 feet. And, well, the average winds along the way coming in at 249. We're going to be having looks to be a headwind component here. And where is this now? If I were to open up, or do I have it saved? No, we're going to open up Ventu Sky, and let's have a look at the wind speed across the ground here. Let's call it somewhere between 18. So we'll look at it this way. So we're looking, that's miles per hour. Let's change that to old money. Let's see here now. So in knots, we're looking at about a 30 knot headwind, give or take, right? It's looking very yellow indeed, and it is, J-Foot. So that's kind of the stab of it here, and as the day moves on, right, it seems to be about the same. By the time we get down into Shannon, it should be fairly straightforward. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. we'll horse that in over there, and well, because we have a flight plan, we can now go into the aircraft and start setting things up. So welcome to the flight deck, and here we have well, we have new options, of course, when it comes to the RJ. So our official flight plan, or operational flight plan, we can go ahead and drag in our sim brief information. So it shows here we're going to be departing Leeds, flying over to Shannon, and our alternate is going to be Dublin. Here's our route, and we can see then our ISA is going to be that of a -3 component, average wind and course along the way. So we can see that our fuel, block fuel and cruising altitude, well, that's all there. Lovely hurdling. Let's look at the meters. Or ideally a TAF, but at the moment what we have here is winds are 230 11 knots, good visibility, few clouds and scattered clouds, and relatively low pressure at 9 or 7 hectopascals. When we get down to Shannon, well, it's a similar story. Winds are 240 19 knots, right? A bit of wind, good visibility. We have rain showers. Few clouds at 1,000, scattered at 20, and there's some cumulus bravo clouds there as well. That'll be interesting. They could be stormy, thundery, that kind of stuff. 11 degrees, and we're expecting more showers as well. So Dublin, if things go wrong, which they shouldn't, 240 at 11 knots, gusting to 21. So it's lively in Dublin as well, but it's not raining. No significant change for Dublin. Right, and here's our full plan in here if we need it. All right, so we're going to move over now to charts, make sure that these are all working. Yes, they're all connected. Lovely job. We can go to airport charts, and we're going to go Echo Golf November Mike, and enter. Leeds Bradford, and if we have a look at the airport briefing charts, let's see, parking stands and coordinates. Here we go. So we're located up this neck of the woods. Runway 32 is our departure, so it's probably taxi November Delta. That's what we're looking at already, and that should be the way it is. Let me see it. Let me copy the route and pop it into the bots there. Where does this live now? That wants to be stream elements, and we'll go into route, turn it on, and I'll do one of these. So if you'd like to fly along, why didn't that copy? Jesus, hang on now. Hold fire. Don't press anything. Don't even look at it. Let's see. Copy. There we go. And we shall paste into there. And we'll go now and activate the one for Twitch. Multi-streaming. It's loads of fun, isn't it? Let's have a look here now. So custom route. And pop you in there. Okay, so exclamation point route will give you the route, and we'll see what the story is then. All right, so I'm happy enough for what we're doing. We'll go into Navigraph in a moment and have a proper look at our departure and all this. The aircraft itself, so import sim brief data, yes, and it's going to start doing the stuff. Waiting for refueling, we can say start refueling, and it's set to instant. Refueling in progress, lovely hurdling. Now, we're currently on ground power. We have the cargo pods open. And let me see here now. 8,500 is cargo. Now that's flashing. That's interesting, but let's go for it. Refueling complete. Start boarding. Instant. Waiting for boarding. Start boarding. So it's not like
boarding is complete.
So it says 85 has gone in here into the side cargo. Let's see how that behaves, right? We'll see how it behaves. What else you want to do here now? Center of gravity is going to be 31.6, and our weight and balances, they're all there. Super duper. Notes, checklists, and settings. All right, so we'll keep it on the aircraft page, and we're going to start putting some power now into this machine as the weather is starting to take a little bit of a turn, but we'll see what happens. So before we put power in, we're going to ensure that our gear handle is in the down position. Parking brake is... Where's the parking brake on this? Parking brake is set. We're on chocks anyway. And the flap handle or flap lever is in the up position. All right, lovely stuff. Let's go for the battery 1, battery 2. And we have some sounds coming in. We can also now go ahead and fire up that external switch. And we can start seeing some things coming to life. So let me see here. We're going to get some instrument lights turned on. There we are. And from here, we're just going to go down through some of our flows. We'll start up here in the top left. So yaw, damper, master, go ahead and turn these on. avionics and all this jazz, turn them on. Ignition can come on, anti-skid, spoilers left and right, they all can come on. DC and AC pumps along with the PTU, go ahead and turn those on. Engine pumps can be brought into play. Fuel is okay for the moment. We can turn on one of our pumps because we're going to get the APU up and running shortly. External power is on. Bus ties should be open, and generators, leave them sitting there. Gen 1 off, galley can come on, APU generators currently off. Emergency lights, they're armed and on. Seatbelts, even though it's cargo, we'll just go ahead with that. What else do we want? Engine controls and APU, we'll look after this now in a moment. When we are starting up the aircraft, we'll be going on our ice protection. Leave that off for the moment. It's our anti-ice will come on for an engine start. Cabin air recirc, we'll get that once we get the APU up and running. Up onto the top corner here, we'll get our lights turned on. No smoking is set. Beacon light can come on. Nav lights can come on. Cabin emergency lighting is set to armed. So that's all looking good here. Pressurization, leave that alone for the moment. It's set to auto. APU master switch, we're going to go ahead and turn this on. She'll fire up. And there's life coming into the system, and TGT is rising, RPM continues to rise, and if you have a listen at the back of the plane, we'll hear that APU spin up. Are we going business class? Jesus, Mrs. Two-Tone, you mad? Papa Justify, good to see you. Dave Cleary, good to see you. Welcome in. Business class is like, what did I price it at last night? Was it 34,000 euros? Jesus. On this flight, we're going business class. How's that? I'm tired. Yes, I'm also tired. I'm friggin' exhausted. But sure, listen, these are the things we have to do. Right, let me see. Can we get some power onto our EFA systems? And as I said, we'll continue with our flows here now in a moment. That APU looks to be running. APU pressure is looking good. And we're going to continue on here now. So we shall... APU generator coming on. And APU air coming on. Cabin air and PAX 1. Lovely. Hurdling, we have some power coming in. At this stage now, I'm going to turn off our external power, and we can disconnect that from the aircraft. Our side cargo door can close because we have our PTU and our pumps running, so that's going to be all tickety-boo. There's something else I thought I needed. PTU is already on. Engine pump 3 is already on, so I think that's good when it comes to the APU. The AC pump, we'll leave it on auto. PTU is already on. Yeah, leave that there. You're going to hurt yourself, Murphy. Right, continue on with here. Some lights, please. Thank you very much. And what else? The IRS alignment switches are over here somewhere, aren't they? Here we go. And we got some lights on there as well. Testing on the oxygen side of the house. That's looking good. I think there's a jump seat in this, is there? There is. Does he have oxygen? He does. We can't test that one though, that's okay. Cabin door is open, and if we're just looking down to where all our cargo is, we're already locked up. Well, stairs are open. We'll get those closed in a moment. Stair retractor. Start bringing these stairs in. Thank you very much indeed. And we should be able to click on them to move them. There we go. And when it comes to pulling that door in, there we go. Locked, clear, and done. So that's the doors sorted. No smoking in the toilet. You've heard it here first, kids. Exactly. Murph can stay in economy. Wait, what? Hermit something. Good morning from Boston. Hope you're well. AV Geek is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. All right. Okay. So there's a bit of life coming into the aircraft. We're going to reset our barrow here now. And let's come down to our FMC. So we can go ahead and turn 1 and 2 on. And let's have a look here now. So our AirAct data is correct. Position initialization. EGNM. Lovely hurdling. We can go now to the IRS position. That's the last position. We can grab that. And if we go to the route page, wait now, can't we just import this gadget in? Let me see. Index, route, menu, weight unit is in the EFB. How do we import this puppy? Index, position initialization. There's no other pages I can go to here. That's a good one, isn't it? Eamon is here. Good to see you. 33 degrees in Rhodes. You're lying around the pool. Sounds awesome, Eamon. You lucky duck. Let's have a look here now. So IRS position is fine. Monday, September. That's all. Monday? Oh, no, month. All right. The route page. So origin is going to be Echo Golf November Mike. And our destination is Shannon. Our flight we can put in, we're going to be Postman 235. Now the company route, how do we bring that in, lads? Does anyone remember how to import that directly? No? Huh. I thought there was a way to do this. Reload, log out, retar. I mean, we can put it in manually. There's no problem there at all. But I thought, this down. I thought we could do this all automatically. All right, not to worry. Runway. So let's go ahead and bring up our flight planage. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. So we're going to be departing out of runway 32, and we'll put in our SIDS and stars and all that at the moment. It's going to be Nelsa, N-E-L-S-A. That's our first waypoint. After Nelsa, it's direct to Collid. K-O-L-I-D. After Collid, we can ramble over to the next page. After Collid, we're going to be on the Lima 70 airway. And we're going to ride that puppy all the way over to Pennell. P-E-N-I-L. From Pennell, it's going to be Mike 144. And from Mike 144, it's all the way over to Bagzo. We know Bagzo. Bagzo is probably the Mike 145 airway. And I imagine that'll be to Peleg, which it is. That's over to Peleg. And then from Peleg, again, Mike 145. And that'll be all the way over to Deegan. Or Daigan, depending on your persuasion. So Daigan, and then we're down. So we're going to activate that, and we can execute. And let me see here now. Clear, delete. What am I looking for now? So we can look at our performance, or we do our departure and arrival. So our departure here out of Leeds, runway 32 is set, and we're looking for the Nelsa 4 Whiskey, which is there. And we can go ahead and execute that. And if we go back one, we can do our arrival into Shannon. So it's going to be an ILS for runway 24 at the moment. And it's going to be the Deegan 2 Delta arrival. It's probably, is it D-Rag we can go on, or Derek? Hang on, let's bring this up here. Just got a text about a parking fine. Oh, Jesus, Dave. Tell them you're driving. Yeah, that's hilarious, actually. Tell them that, you know, you didn't, the Batmobile. You know, Mrs., you go back to work. We shall see you later. Mrs. Two-Tone saying hello. Book my business class. Yes, dear. Jesus. Right, let's have a look here. Peleg, Deegan. Yeah, it's Derag. See that? So we can actually go in via Derag. Grand. So let's do the transition from Derag and execute that. And now we're looking good. So our route is looking good. Our performance information. So this is where we put in some stuff. So let us see. Can I pop this? Can I pop him out? No. I thought you could pop him out. Let me see. Can we pop the tablet out? There used to be a way we could do all these things. Alright. Let me see here now. So we're going to go for gross weight, zero fuel weight. That's what we're after. Zero fuel weight is 34.4. 34.4. Planned fuel. Let me see. Fuel on board is 4.9er. Where can I find that here now? 4.9er. 4.9. Reserves are going to be 0. Our cruising altitude for today's flight, we were saying it's up to flight level 240. And cruise winds along the way is going to be 249er at 32. 249er at 32. Deviation, top of climb outside air temperature. We can get that directly from our flight plan. So 1 second there now. Highest altitude being flight level 240, and temperature up there is going to be minus 39. Minus 39. Minus 39 degrees. Transition altitude is going to be 7,000. And that looks good to me. Let me see. Index. So that's all grand. Let me see here now. Ident, position, performance, nav data, flight plans. Oh look, load sim brief. Murphy, you're a terrible agent, aren't you? I mean, it was there all along, look. I told him you said to shag off. That works, Dave. That absolutely works. Right. That's grand. That's grand. That's grand. VNAV profile. Cruise 240. Speed is what we want. That all looks pretty okay. A hold. We don't need a hold. An ATC menu here as well. Probably can't do it from in there. Key not active. Ah, okay. Alright, okay. Next up, we're going to put this little gadget onto standby. We have some power warming up here. And we can see our various pumps and stuff are all doing their thing. So, chocks are still on. We can remove the chocks now. There's Super Evo. APU is running as we wanted it to do. We're going to have a quick look across the top here now. Flight directives can start coming on. Initial altitude... we can climb via the SID, but we'll stick it up there at an initial 6. We'll go 7. 7,000. Flight directives coming in. And what else do we want to do here now? I do forget how to fly this plane, but sure, listen, lads, don't worry about it. We're going to find out together, right? Because wasn't there a way like you had to activate it and then hold it, and there's all profile stuff? You know what I mean? Right. Looking good up here, looking good down there. APU is running, that's what we want. Packs are running, that's what we want. Okay, I think we're looking good. I think we're good. Now these guys, why haven't they come to life yet? Nav is off. Why is that now? Houston, we have an issue. How do you disappear the yolks on this again? There we go. Why are they off?
Jesus.
We're figuring it out together. Right, one is on. Oh no, there we go. Right, it's grand. We're alive. We're alive. All is well in the realm. I was getting worried there for a second. Right, IRS alignment is in. Perfecto. Right, we can plan for a pushback. Gibbo, good to see you. He's not hiding in the Jackson work at all. No, good to see you, buddy. Soup says, I'm not in that aircraft. Oh, really? Model matching? Really? It doesn't work? What? Who said that? Brilliant. Arm the doors. Well, we've no cabin crew, so I don't need to worry about that. Let me see. Beacon is already on. Right, we're going to prepare ourselves for a little push. So if we do one of these. Pushback, we're going to connect. And let me see. We're going to be moving backwards. Park and brake off. Speed set to 1 here, just to calm the lee roadie down a bit. Speed 2 is the lowest. All right. Engine start up. So we're going to go. Starter power is on. Flight start. Let's go engine A. Flight start. Engine 3. Didn't like that. Packs off. Didn't like that either. Jesus! Immediately stop! Stop, you muppet! Stop! Alright. Park and brake on. Okay. Now, engines, Murphy. Let's see.
Houston, we have a problem.
Listen, it's totally fine. Starter master is on. Flight start is on. Engine. Right, hang on. I'm missing it. Oh, my pumps. Right, let's see if this works. So, engine number 3. Engine air be off. We're forgetting something very simple but terribly, terribly important. Engine 3 we want, but why? Ah, hang on. Normal, you muppet. Right, I fixed it. Alright, engine 3 is warming up. We hope. There she spins. The Whisper Jet, lads. The Whisper Jet.
That's what the gun.
Jesus! Gibbo! You'll never guess what you just did, you poor devil. You're after, like, rolling something into your pocket over your phone and gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Did you see what he did? Gibbo Ireland, thank you very much indeed for your 5 gifted. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Gibbo Ireland, well, do be sure to say thank you. And get out of the jacks. Gibbo, thank you very, very much indeed. La Freitas is here. Good to see you. Oh, we have spinach. We have spinach. All right. Uncage the cage. Right, that sounds like an engine coming on. Yaw dampeners aren't active yet, but that's okay. Engine 4 is going to be our next. Let's go ahead and start. Engine 4 coming to life. We have rotation. Right, I'll be away now. Gibbo, thank you very much indeed. Tech is here, good to see you. Filthy, welcome in. Alrighty then, we're looking good. Let's have a listen to the sounds. They don't call it the Whisper Jet for nothing. Although outside it's loud. Beautiful. Okay, 3 and 4 are now live. Let's go for engine number 1. Spinach. N2 is coming up. 15, 17, 18, fuel in. EGT is rising and N1 is coming online. Lovely. That's a good start in engine 1. As she's spinning away. Sounds like a hot tub inside, you better believe it. Alright, engine 2. There's the spinach. There's 10% in our N2. And 18%. Fuel in. PGU disengaged. And engine 2 is coming up nicely. Nice. Okay, let's continue on now with some flows. APU can stay online until we get to about 5,000 feet. Generators across the board. Let's be having you. And what else do you want to do here now? APU generator still running. Engine anti-ice. Go ahead and turn off. Engine air we can now bring in. We can go ahead and bring our anti-ice and pitot heats on. That's looking good to me. Gen 4 offline. Why is that now? Reset and on. Reset and on. APU generator, when that comes off, we should get Gens 1 and 2. And Gen 1 is fired up. Why don't I have Gen 4 yet? Don't worry, lads. Everything's okay. APU air off. That's a bit of an issue with Gen 4, isn't it? PTU, engine pumps 1 and 3. Fuel is all running. Cross feed is off. Center feed. Common feeds? That's fuel. Leave that alone. Battery's still okay. AC is grand. Why is generator 4 offline? Oh, hang on. Turn off your starter master. That might do it, lads. Aha! See what we learned together! Keep all the air running until we get up there and then PG, you can come off. See, I told you I remember how to fly this thing. Oh, right, what were we going to do here for now for our performance? Weight and balance is grand. What was our performance of this thing? Because we were going to set flaps 15, weren't we? So it's kind of it's not really dial a flap. Flaps 18 or 24? We'll go 18. What aren't you liking there, Betsy? Park and brake. Okay, so let's see. Park and brake off. Hold the brakes. Okay, it ain't liking life here at all. Trim is set. Power set. We don't have the auto throttle. Oh, we do. Hang on. Master switch, come on. Wait now, why isn't this working? Huh. Air selection on ground. Right, here's something we need to find. Let's see here now. Angels15, good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Cabin air packs ram air. Hang on. Pumps, they're all on. They're all on. Brake fans, put them on. Everything here is on. I wonder what I'm forgetting. Yes, we can use the checklist, but like, you know what I mean? So it's not liking config. Why aren't you liking? Alright, now she's liking it. Okay, super duper. Right, so runway 34 is our departure. Or 32, beg your pardon. So we're going to taxi on November Delta. November and Delta. Alright. November and Delta it is. And let's see what happens there. So if we're ready, runway lights are on. Taxi lights coming on. Flight controls. Good. Spoilers. Good. Alright, I think we're good. Are we ready? Alright, bit of movement. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. Little issue with the pushback, but all is well. It's been so long since I've flown this plane, but isn't it absolutely class? Alright. I mean, yaw dampener doesn't want to come on. Why is that? Isn't there like a button I should have here?
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
That scared the crap out of me. I don't know about you. Now, why don't we have... let me see. Hey, Jared is here. Good to see you. Why don't I have... yaw dampener? That's a good one now, isn't it? You're in a typhoon, really? Interesting. Right, we'll hang a right then a left. I'm a little bit confused, but sure, listen, it'll be grand. It is a very pretty airplane, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous. We'll continue on. Let me see, brightness of that PFD, get her up there. Get the weather on here if we can as well. Speaking of weather, that'll do. Do you know what I didn't do, lads? Nav ATC. Now, hang on. Do we have a button when it comes to our squawk machine? We do. All right. So let's see. Test that.
Test.
Tara, give this a moment.
TCAS test. Pass.
Excellent. 6461. All right. TCAS is on. I still don't have the yaw dampener. Very strange. Spice Alive. Absolutely. Come on in. Come on in. Mrs. GPHI, welcome aboard. Alright, so we're going to hang it right here onto Delta, and then we'll back taxi. Just that yaw dampener light, I'm actually forgetting of something. Auto throttle, not just speed. Strange that I don't have that working. Why the yaw dampener won't come off? Yeah, yaw dampener's up the top. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, so we're on Delta here. We can see that beautiful Saab ahead of us. Who's that? Bio Games looking good. And as I say, it's going to be runway 32. It's going to be turning to the right. Now we can back taxi here a little bit. We'll take our time here, let the Saab go off and do its stuff. And as we're waiting, we'll go another notch of flaps here. Differential is grand. Why this isn't working? Which is strange. Decision height, I think they're working. Auto brake and yaw dampener. Is this the reason? Okay, well the air brake is on. Panel light. Like it's telling us that our configuration is okay. Interesting. Right, there he goes. Additional lights, go ahead and bring them on.
Approaching. 3, 2.
We get some strobes on. And let's see what happens here. Just gone 11 o'clock, according to this, which is an hour behind us. This is the machine we need to take out on VATSIM as well, just for the crack. Do you know what I mean?
On runway 14.
Don't worry, Jemima.
1,600 feet remaining.
We'll do a Yui here now in a minute. I love these, but they take a bit of learning. They're so good, man. They're so good. Now, there's no reverse thrust in this, so we'll only be watching that carefully. I always thought there should have been a button assigned to the yaw dampener, I could be missing something of like savage importance on this plane. I am missing something.
Approaching. 3, 2.
Before we blast off, we better check this, because there used to be a button I had to press on my joystick, or on my throttle here, and it doesn't seem to be doing it.
On runway 32.
Yeah, we need to check that. Jesus, who's in that machine? Lazy Davy. The C-17 is shagged, mate, in multiplayer. Did you press the white card for your takeoff speeds? The white card, yes. That's all done. This yaw dampener button though. Hang on, we need to go off and get some education here. Let me see. Let's see now. Avro RJ. Avro... Or Just Flight RJ. Yaw dampener. Okay, there has to be something here. Let's see. Assuming there are no active failures, yes. Let's see here now. So the park and brake, that's fine.
On runway 32.
Daniel Meyer, good to see you.
On runway.
If the yaw
3,
dampener
2.
button right at the bottom center console. No, so we've yaw dampener switches up on top here, look. Yaw dampener 1 and 2 masters, autopilot masters, they're all on. Do you know? They're the main ones, and ignition both. But for some reason, I remember there used to be a button I had to press. It was like a sync button, wasn't it? Now it probably doesn't apply to the Avro, to the RJ. That's a good one now. It's happened, lads. I have to open the manual. Let me see here now. Automatic zoom. So we look for the yaw dampener. Okay. Singular twin yaw dampeners fitted. Provide rudder movement. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yes. That's okay. Trim automatic pilot. It's grand. The FGC. Yes. Go back one. Yaw dampener actuator brake applied. If the yaw dampener system failure is detected or parallel rudder is engaged during takeoff during a go around for automatic landings, the yaw dampener command on the dual FSG fit is a sum. Okay. Actuator brake applied. You know, we know that. Yaw dampener master 1 and 2 off switches cannot power the independent of the autopilot. Chazzy, good to see you. What's your favourite payware aircraft? Man, there's a few. Yaw dampening and turn coordination, yaw dampener, that's all okay. With autopilot engaged, parallel rudder is enabled to provide yaw dampening. Okay, so they're a 28 volt system, right? So it's not an electrical issue. But we have this yaw dampener switch. So let us kill that, kill this, try the second system, Master switches.
Runway 3, 2. Runway
Why is that
3,
now?
2.
Brakes off. Like, worst case scenario, we can go without it, but like, you know what I mean? Let me see. Speed. Back up the road. Autopilot engage. No. Auto throttle arm it. There used to be a sync button in the 146. Do me a favour for takeoff. Toggle your multiplayer switch in settings on off. Might help with the model matching. I don't... Model matching is just ridiculous. Let's see what that does. Let's just be sure there's no active failures as well. There was a failure, look. Fixed failures, yaw dampening light is off. That's a good one, isn't it? You can click the autopilot sync button on the yoke. Is that still there on the RJ? Oh, it is, look, there's a sync button there. Wait now. Where's the sync button? Is that on the RJ? I thought they removed that. What does that do?
Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Hang on. So we'll put this one in as autopilot sync.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, what about AP sync? What about sync? Why won't it show me? SYNC. Toggle flight director sync. No. AP? Toggle autopilot approach. Hold, set manage, set max, set current.
Runway 3, 2.
Not in the RJ.
3, 2.
She doesn't have it. Right, I think we're looking good now. So, we're going to say autopilot nav 1. And then we're going to have our VNav and all that jazz as well. Right, okay, let's see what happens here, friends. Are we ready? Power coming in. Engine stable, 40%. Let's go flying.
Check thrust. Thrust set.
Alright, take up power set. Speed alive.
Speed alive.
$80 knots.
80 knots.
V1.
Go. Rotate.
Jesus, look at the friggin' pull of the wind. Jesus, we nearly went off the
Positive
runway.
climb.
Positive right.
Gear up select.
Gear up. Look at the wind. Jesus. We're back on course, you absolute muppet.
Gear up. Lights out.
Alright, easy now.
Speed checked. Flaps 80.
Flaps coming in. Easy now. We'll hand fly until we get set up. Them flaps sound dead coming in, aren't they? Oh, look at that. Jeez, that wind completely knocked me out of it. Completely. Alright, let's see what happens, plane. That's not right. Oh, wait, what? Where's the whole route gone? Okay, autopilot's drunk. Rob Garcia, good to see you. Imagine doing this with checklist. You'd be laughing. Okay, she's not following this flight director. That's a bit of an issue.
Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
Why aren't you turning us, plane? I'm gonna figure this one out. This is very strange. Why isn't she following nav? Weird, right? Loren, thank you very much indeed. Hope you're well. Making the most of my lunch hour. Nice. LNAV, VNAV. Yeah, it is like. Alright, let's see what this does now. Let me see. It doesn't seem to be going direct, not on an intercept heading. Okay, fair enough. That'll put us on an intercept heading. Then we can rearm LNAV. It doesn't want to know about VNAV. Okay, that's that sorted, but why? Not on an intercept course. Well, we kind of are, aren't we? There should be a button as well for popping out the panels. Mine doesn't seem to be working by default. So LNAV 1 is on. Mr. 90, good to see you, buddy. Can't wait to get back into flight sim after a couple of weeks. Yeah, dude. So, like, if you don't fly something for a while, it just takes your brain about 20 minutes to go, oh, yeah. Right, LNAV 1 is now arming. Well, it should be arming. Look. Let's see if we turn. Alright, she's turning. That's a good sign. Okay, she's looking better now. That was freaking weird. Okay, it's kicked us in the hole, and now we know what's wrong. I've cargo. That's hilarious. Right. Out of that for a minute. Let's just kind of get our spidey senses back in here now. So we're on the way. Altitude is good. We completely made a total mess of that SID. I totally made a mess of it. Right. Everything else is looking good though. Okay, direct Holland. ATC gave you vectors. That's exactly what they did, Malky. That's exactly what they did. Alright, so not something we did in our setup threw off the old the yaw dampener, and then yeah, this was just freaking out purely from the fact that it wasn't able to arm LNAV for me. Now VNAV doesn't seem to be doing the job either, which is kind of weird. Now we're ready to climb. Where can we see, like 1600 feet a minute, but where's it getting that from? LNAV, I don't see VNAV on it. Now, isn't it, am I right in saying a lot of these aircraft didn't actually utilise VNAV? That needs to be an option, doesn't it? Am I right in saying that? No, it had, actually no, this did have VNAV. VNAV button is down. I know they didn't do it in the 146, but yeah, maybe there's no VNAV in this. That's okay. Although I think they are giving us technically VNAV, because I didn't tell it to climb at, like, you know, 1600 feet a minute, you know what I mean? Oh, jeez. Good to see you, Sue. Okay, well, look, interesting. Very interesting. Let us bring up the plan on this guy. And our TCAS is doing the stuff as well. Alright. Now you're after shooting through 240. What happened there, Chief? Now the question is, will it now descend a little bit? It should. No. Alright, drop the nose down a smidgen. There's quirks I just need to figure out, that's all. How do you move that guy? Alt hold, right. Now let's bring our speed up. And let's see what this does. Glare shield, maybe it needs to be higher than what you enable. Yeah, I think so. I'll go back and read up on it. Like, as I said, I haven't flown this in so long. And that's the like, it's always an advantage when you say, right, force yourself to do a stream with it, because then it crash course. But I figured out a bit already, so I'm happy enough with that. And like, muscle memory is going back to the 146, so there's slight differences in it, but it's good, man. It's good. Right, our speed is climbing up nicely. Alt hold is already engaged. LNAV is already engaged. Now we want to go to, I'd say MCT, is it? Yes. What else do we want to go to here? Okay. So we're at our cruise altitude. Speed is picking up, heading up to about 260 knots. Go a bit more lively than that. Yeah, we're up the hill there now at 280 Murph. Because we have a 30 knot headwind, so we're doing about 334 over the ground, you know? Carney says, yeah, Malky is correct with VNAV. Yeah, if it's only for decoration, but didn't Just Flight add one in anyway? For us? The RJ does not feature any VNAV autopilot, but the GNLU does feature fully functional VNAV pages that allow you to view and edit. Ah. Okay. So this is purely for us to be, you know, thinking about what it wants to do. Wouldn't that be right? So 280 is what we're after. 280 is coming up on it. I never used it, so I'd be very surprised. I thought fully coupled only advisory. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Steve Stavros, having issues with screen tearing. Think it's VSync, but I can't work out what's happening between my settings. Any help appreciated. Are you using G-Sync? And are you locking the frame rate or vertical sync? So you have like NVIDIA's kind of G-Sync display. You also have vertical sync. What are your settings on those, Steve? Alright, we're looking good. F-18's all around us. Test pilot, good to see you, buddy. All right. Oh, look at that. Ew, very fancy. Man, it's such a pretty jet, this, isn't it? Scares the absolute crap out of me, but it's very, very pretty, isn't it? Tis an absolute gorgeous machine. Isn't it lovely? The man is upside down. That's insane looking. There's Idle Cut Off Midlife Rex. We got Lazy Davey with us. Black Vision in the background. Storms ahead. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, so it is. It's vertical sync. It's vertical sync is locked at 30 frames. I didn't change anything before. So let's see. Mr. TBHI, good to see you, buddy. He says there's a ton of us that notice VSync and variable refresh rate issues, such as Sim Update 4 beta was dropped, even not being on the beta. Apparently, they introduced a bug. Uh-oh. We have to turn off variable refresh rate and configure a few other settings. Interesting. I'm not having that issue, but like I'll keep an eye on it for sure. Definitely. Right, we're slowly but surely getting used to this again. You know, slowly. Now, will it show us the top of drop on this? Peleg. All the jets are out today, lads. It is pretty cool, isn't it? All right. Upside down flying. Super Evo. Savage work, man. I haven't flown the F-18 in ages. Inverted flying is so much fun. Absolutely. All right, we're cruising nicely. Let's bring up some Navigraph. Alright, so we're well into the Irish Sea, and then it's going to be Bagzo, north of Dublin, Peleg, and then we're straight in. It's looking very nice. Let's sit there for the moment. You're in a MiG-29. Why is the model matching so bad? Looks a lot bigger if there's no other planes beside it. I agree, man. That's a cool jet. And I love the way, like, you really can't wing it. I mean, any plane that tries to kill you, that's a good sign, because you know then it's detailed. You know what I mean? And it's like everything else, like, you need to spend a bit of time on them. Just, you know, like, just to kind of figure it all out. So, cruising, like, that's the easy part. Your departure and arrival, that's where it gets tricky. And like, but you talk about the depth of systems on this thing, like, it's friggin' nuts, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's that one. So let's have a look. Hydraulics are all looking good. Fuel feeder tanks are all good. Electrical systems are all good. Inverters, there's our generators. Engine anti-ice, ignition. We've left that on, but I imagine that's okay. Engine air, APU air, packs are already on. Cabin temperature is about 15 degrees or so. We're not worried about passengers. We're carrying cargo for today. Engine fire detection systems. Clear display fault. We don't have any fault. Cabin rate 3,900. It's comfortable enough at 24,000 feet, isn't it? Yeah, you need to fly it regularly to become comfortable with it. That's the secret to any aircraft. But like, I mean, this is definitely something I want to throw on VATSIM. Definitely. Because like, you just don't see enough of these. You just don't see enough of these different types of aircraft flying. It's always the bus or the Boeing. And the MD-82 got an update as well. I'm looking forward to flying that. Weather looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus. It's gorgeous. And then, of course, friends, we have everything that's happening over the pond or over the world in X-Plane. There's some amazing things happening in our flight sims. It's incredible. It really is. So 24,000 feet with a payload of 8.5 tons. 280 knots, giving us 368 over the ground. Hammer Nails, Merlin, good to see you, buddy. And like, okay, we're using FMS here, but like, there's other stuff we can be doing with VNav. Like, we can fly this thing via war if we wanted as well. Now, what's this look? Landing flap, well, this is where we select landing flap 33 or 24. We're going to go 33 coming in. Category 2 landing, Cat 3 auto land. Jeez, auto land? Without feet? I doubt that works, but we'll find out. Animal bay heater. That's mad, isn't it? Flight deck air. Avionics cooling fans. Times, they're all grand. Altitudes, they're all grand. Now this FMS is showing, we're slightly off on our EFIS here because I did a direct, so that's fine. Everything here is all tied up. Now, can anyone remember the button? Will this pause now if I go into controls? No. So, isn't there like a button to pop out something? Is it pop out? Avionics. Does anyone know the button that if you press by default Alt-GR and then the mouse, it'll pop out the avionics? Right Alt. Yeah, no, that's what I used to do, but I don't know, did I wipe that command? Because it doesn't do it. Not working for me. Before, I used to just press it and like your cursor would change to like a little magnifying glass. Interesting. If you have it in default, maybe if you go into your options and just put in that keybind and just see if there's a control for it. Uh-oh. Right Alt plus mouse is the best invention ever. 100%. New UI window mode. On yourself? Right Alt and right Shift. Oh, that's wrong. Right Alt. Device. Right, so it's right Alt and. How do we add in? Go back. So it's right Alt. Well, we'll try that and see what it does, right? Aha! It works! Brilliant! Monocular Bot, thank you very much indeed for that, buddy. The only thing is, Reshade wants to run all of these, you know. Who actually signed off this interface for setting up controls makes me cry, right? Sid Squadron! I'll try that in English. Sid Squadron, Tony, good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much indeed for your 11 months. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm here getting me ass absolutely kicked with the Avro RJ. And I mean now, you know, a size 12 boot. But I'm having loads of fun. Thank you very much indeed for the 11 months, man. Hope you're well. Lads, if you've been living under a rock, Sid Squadron, the Squadron fly daily in Microsoft Flight Sim. Do check out Tony's channel. The man is a legend. And even though he's Australian, you know, someone has to be. Right? What did he say? Thank you very, very much indeed. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, the UI on it's mad, isn't it? Like, we can pop out all sorts of stuff. Don't know what half the game. Oh, look, you can pop out that. No way, look. It's having a bit of a hemorrhage thinking about it, but you can pop it out. Figure cojones flying this thing. I'm trying to figure it all out. Yeah, that screen doesn't like to be popped out at all. Right, we're about to be overflying Dublin now. Asher, this is getting terribly exciting, isn't it? Huh? Live weather looks about right. It's always nice above the clouds when you're over Ireland. Do you know? The air braking capabilities of this one are impressive. It lacks engine power, but the air brake spoilers are serious. Yeah. Yeah, 100%, man. It's, no, man, look, I'm enjoying it. It's really nice. And it's only a matter of, well, the old story. Like, keep flying it, you'll get proficient with it. Right? Fly with Craig is here. Good morning, man. Well, actually, no. Good afternoon, Craig. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Maybe one day I can join one of the Sid Squadron flights. It's hard with the time difference. Yeah. Yeah, like my daytime streams, like I'm doing these twice a week, which I've never done. Usually Tony's on when I'm streaming, and then, well, I think Tony does come on well after I'm finished. But, yeah, I mean, this is... Me Tuesday streams, I'm enjoying doing X-Plane, and then Thursday we do like our VATSIM briefing for tonight. So our flight tonight, we're going to be blasting off out of Orlando. So it gives us the chance just to check that everything's working. You know what I mean? P.S. Miranda, hello there. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. What do we need to worry about now? So that APU is going to come back on at 5,000 feet. We'll start the APU, PTU will then come on, and when we're planning our descent going in, which is going to be at Peleg, so it wants us down at 227 at Peleg. We'll ignore that one. Inoku is going to be 180. Now I should get a V... Oh, there's top of drop there. I should get a V profile little marker coming up on our little screen here. So we'll keep an eye on that ticket here now. And if I zoom out, there we go. So what I can do, if I were to go into V-Speed now, V-Speed, we should get a little green bar. There she be. So if we just align that little green bar with Inoku, and bearing in mind we need to adjust our speed here as well. So if we drop to 260 knots and shallow out. Do you see how that works, lads? That's like that's how you kind of cheat VNav, yeah? So that looks about right. So I know, looking at this vertical line here, now our speed is dropping, so I'll have to readjust. And it's now going to hold 260 knots. 350. I'd say that'll be all right. Give or take. No, she wants more. Something like that. That's dead handy, isn't it? Keep that there so we can keep an eye on what's happening. Now usually we wouldn't even start this until we got to our top of drop, but I'm just messing around with stuff here. Due to air braking power, you can almost always correct if your descent is not in time. Yeah, Carney, 100%. Like the speed brake on this thing, it's absolutely friggin' nuts. At the back of the plane, this whole section here, this gadget here, that opens outward. It's huge. Huge. Awesome instrument. Jeez, we're taking our lives and, you know. So far so good. Speed holding at around 260. That's 328 over the ground, and well, Dublin will appear. Gesundheit, I had to sneeze. Can you pop out the screens in the Phoenix like this one? Yeah. Most aircraft will allow you to do it. If it's glass, you can pop them out. Now, just bearing in mind, it'll have a huge impact on your FPS because it's technically drawing another screen, right? But yeah, the short answer is 100%. Alright, so we're going to be down at 180 by the time we get to Anoku. And that's moving up and down. So we can adjust our vertical speed to keep that together. Easy now. Keep it at 1,000 on the descent and let's see what happens. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Ah, yes. The oil that is emerald. Somewhere under there, you know. Under the shagging cloud. It'd be great if we can get one of those on the Wii USB-C monitors. You can, I think. Can't you drag them to any screen? I think you can. Yeah, you can drag these literally on any screen. So, like, if you had an iPad running or a different... Yeah, like, that's going anywhere on my screen. You can't do it with the GTN one, though. That's what I would love. I would love to have the GTN sitting on my iPad. You know what I mean? I don't think I could do that. Actually... This could potentially shag the whole plane here, but, like, I don't... Wait, hang on. If I pop it out... Can this... Oh, I can! Oh, I absolutely can. So... don't initialize this, whatever you do. This will override the whole shebang. So if I wanted that GTN to work, and put it onto an iPad, for example, how would I go about doing that? Because I mean, I can use an iPad as as an additional monitor. I can expand my PC onto an iPad. So in theory, if I drag that to the iPad and then use the iPad, that could be savage. How do we do this with science? Think now, Murphy, think. I have an iPad here, look. So how do we do this now? So let's see. Use iPad as additional PC monitor. I mean, I can use... I have Duet, or Duet. That would work. That would work, actually. That's a calculator, you big scuttling idiot. Hang on there. Space Deck. Is that free? OTG, good to see you, buddy. Let me see. Duet. D-U-E-T. Search. Duet display. There we go. All right, let's open this puppy. If this works, I'm a genius. Get started. Welcome. Turn your iOS device into a mirrored PC. Yes. Yes. Tap if you already have an account. Sign in. Says I hope I have an account. I think I have an account. Jesus. What's me Apple thing at iCloud.com. If this works, I'm a genius. Forgot my password. Are you a human? Yes. Something went wrong with the form. I'm a human. Verifying. Success. Reset my password. Are you going to descend? No, we are descending. We are descending. We're 1,000 feet out. So, let's see. Diagon is going to be down to 8, so we're going to horse in 8,000 feet. Bumper speed. So let's call it 8,000. And give me 230 knots. Yeah, that looks good to me. Yeah, keep this rate. It's pretty good, actually. Martel, hope you're well, buddy. Now, let me see. Remember your password. Why doesn't it remember this shagging thing? Email. I have it on an email somewhere. I remember buying this. Let's search all your emails. Do a... Thanks for using Duet. Yeah, I'll have it. Or Duet. Duet, Murph. Duet. At gmail.com. Success. Please check your email. Brilliant! Reset your password. Success. Right. Sign in. You. There. Two-tone. Murphy. If this works, lads, I'm going to celebrate by telling you how much of a genius I am. If it doesn't work, I'm going to blame Gibbo. Continue. Invalid email. Jesus, Murphy, you can't even spell your own name. That's a shocking turn of events. Right, continue. Right, we're brilliant, we're in. You're signed in, thanks very much. Continue. Download on desktop. Ah, Jesus. DoADisplay.com. Right. Success. Continue. Signing in progress. Wait, what? Everything, lifetime or 12 months, £6 a month. It's €239. Get the feck out of it, really. That's very expensive. Did I not buy one of these? Hang on a second. Surely surely I bought one of these. I remember buying one of these. We'll try it on that side. Welcome to Premium Duo. No. Oh, we're not looking good there. Leave. Oh, we'll check the phone. Hang on, lads. This is. Meanwhile, we have overflown Shannon, and we are now going somewhere else. DUET. Reset your password. You. So it should be. How do we Jesus. Let me see. Maybe I only got a trial of this. I wonder can we use something else? Success. Oh, Jesus. That's been an easier way. They converted it into a sub-service back in 22. Yeah, it's expensive, the shagging thing. Right, hang on. That's be another way. I want to extend my PC to my iPad, this screen. Is there a free way to do this? Let's see, let's see. Don't know if it works. Roy, back in the days, he used a little tool called Pop-Up Panel Manager. Yeah, but what I'm trying to do... Yeah, no, I'm okay popping out the stuff, Roy. What I'm trying to do here is... what's our altitude now? We're all right. Is this not updating? You know, we're okay. Light him up. Okay, space deck. Who said space deck? Because whoever said space deck, that seems to... I thought I had that before. Let's do a check. Space deck. Space... desk. Is this the green one? Ah, it is. Right. Right. Install space deck. Open the link. Load the devil. And let's install it. This is going to be terribly fun now. Windows 11. Now, is this going to shag my whole system? Let's find out. I'm on a Windows 11 64-bit. What's this ARM 64 thing, lads? Does anyone know? Yes. 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 Now, if this wants to reinstall, or, like, you know, if I have to turn things off and turn it back on again, I'll be like a devil. Yup, you devil, you. Okay. Finish. Ooh. Okay, connections, network adapters, grand, diagnostics, connections, local area network. Right. Now, how do we do this? Jester. Connection failure. Well, feck. Why won't you connect? Wish now, wish now. Wait now. ARM is a processor architecture. Right now. Pop you out. Right now. This could be brilliant. It could be shite. I wonder, can I tell Reshade to like stop loading things? If it works, it looks pretty handy for additional screen space. Absolutely. There's no auto rotation. How do we fix this now? Hang on, chaps. Non-commercial use. Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. Right, that's connected. How do we turn the gadget? Settings. Navigate set. Your current session will be disconnected. Ah, well, balls! Right, hang on. Rotation. Rotate primary screen. Yes! Save. Right. Let's try this again. Yes! Just wait for this to happen now. This is going to be brilliant. Come down the hill here, you. Now, as I said, if this works, I will be proclaimed as a genius. If it doesn't work, I'll be blaming someone else. Ah, it works! I'm a feckin' genius. Look! I now have a GTN 750 on an iPad, and if I were to press a button... That button... It loads and moves and things. That's fantastic. Now, it's not a perfect size, though. So how do we do this? Where's the mouse? Come here, mouse.
Look at this big E just...
It's like the scale is slightly off. But I don't care. Terrain. How do we... Right. How can I do this properly with the size of the screen? Because you're not loading. It's like you're zoomed in or something. Right now. Go outside to see if it works. It'll work once it stays inside me network. Reshade. Turn off that for a minute. Right. But it's the screen I'm not mad about. So how do we... Hang on. There has to be a way to do this. We're nearly there. Settings. We're not at Deegan yet. That'll exit the current session. Right, grand. Resolution. Choose a custom resolution. 3840. Oh, Jesus. 3840 by 2160. Enter. No. 1280 by 720. Go on, try that. Okay, save. It's making noises. Okay. It works perfect when you have the GTN 750 in the cockpit. You pop it out as well. Yeah. No, we'll figure out all this now together. Hang on. It's not loading up. It's not loading the panel up correctly. But I think I know how to fix that. It randomly disconnected on you? Really? Okay. So it's doing us something here now, right? Let's see. It's weird now because I have my mouse on my screen, which is odd, you know. Are we at Deegan yet? We are. Deegan. Ogono is next. Ogono, 6,000 now. Okay. Where's my mouse? Come here, mouse. Where's me? How do I get the mouse back to this guy? Mouse? Okay. Why won't you close? This work? Jesus, Murphy, stop pressing buttons. I don't know.
Hello there.
Disconnect. Yes. Who do? DJ, good to see you, buddy. And let's try it again. So, the problem is the screen. This is what happens due to this. The mouse constantly changes to the other screen. Oh no, we'll figure it out. Okay, so let me see. Close that. Open that. Alright, there we go. Turn this back on. Right, let's give it a last bash before we have to land this machine here. Altitude's come down to 6,000 feet and we're at Ogono. Then it's D-Rag. D-Rag wants us down at 3,000.
Now, you could push it in. You could pull it in.
Right
or tow it in.
here.
Right here.
Okay, there's 3,000. APU, let's be having a chat with you. Okay, you stay there and pop out. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see. Because I think I know what's wrong. The pop-out window is the wrong scale. Right, APU. You're still warming up. Put the PTU on and the air on. Now, what's our speed looking like? 220. Lots of flaps. Now, is this connected? It is. So we have a mouse here. Where's this? Where did it extend the screen to? See, I don't know where the mouse is. That makes sense? It's like, it's up, the alignment is up here somewhere. Aha! We're gonna break the internet. MV, good to see you! Right, now, speed's looking good. 3,500 feet, let's see what it'll hold.
Speed checked. Gear down.
Here. Let's see. The Twitch stream is just reduced to a letterbox. Wait, what? MV takeoff, I shouldn't have. I didn't break anything. G1000, 3000, probably the same resolution as the iPad. Yeah, this is only a matter of getting it the iPad. So it's slightly off scale. That's the scale it's showing me, right? It's slightly off, but it ain't bad, right? Speed 209. Hold it there. Your gear lever didn't move. Interesting.
Altimeter setting.
Yes, we'll change all this now. Right, I just need to do a bit of faffing about with this. Altimeters. Okay, lights, good. Watch the speed. Twitch just crashed on my TV, so it could be your end. I hope it is. I hope it is. So here it is working. Now I've reduced the resolution, right? But that's the GTN moving map, which is instant. There's no delays here at all. Like, you know, you can zoom in. You see how you can see the thing moving, right? So that effectively allows you to pop a GTN 750 onto an iPad. That, my friends, is absolutely friggin' deadly. Now we're going to turn off the GTN. We're going to disconnect the display and stop playing with science. The things we do, lads, the things we do. And we can close that. This is all terribly, terribly exciting. Now, why isn't my frame rate come back? And close. And close. Right, stop messing around. Okie doke. Autothrottle off. Autopilot disengage. I have control. Watch her speed here. We'll drop her down. Your F1 stream the other night was great fun. Thank you, Lee. Does that bring your screen total to 40 now? No, it's interesting that we can do that because that's all I'm really missing is the ability to have like a GTN on a tablet. Dead handy. I'll figure out a tidier way of doing it, but that's so far that's great.
Speed checked. Flaps 24.
Flaps 24. The wind is absolutely knocking us for 6 here. Slightly above the glide. Rip Johnny, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Jesus, we're coming in sideways, look. Look at that. Easy.
Approaching 2-4.
Watch the speed. We're a little low, but we're alright.
$500.
Easy. Full flaps. Trippy, good to see you. I just wish Just Flight would hurry up and release the F70. It's going to be awesome. Windy at Shannon. Oh, the weather has changed instantly. There's the wind hitting us. Easy.
Minimums.
Continue. On 30. Little high.
100.
Sailor in.
Brakes out.
50. 40. 30.
We're floating this like a muppet.
20.
Get down.
10.
Ground idle.
Jesus.
Spoilers, yellow and green. Brake pressure checked.
Just as well, it's like a massive runway here at Shannon. We'd have been in trouble otherwise, you know what I mean? Alright, there's 80 knots. Did you deploy the speed brake at 50?
5,000
I didn't actually.
feet remaining.
Spoilers in.
60 knots.
Flaps coming in. Man, the handling on that. Lots and lots and lots to get used to there. That would be why you floated. Yep. I know I've much to learn with this, lads. Much to learn with it, but it's fun. It's a beautiful plane to fly. And our entourage of dudes are with us as well. Nicely done, lads. Flying Dive, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Like, it's a very nice airplane. It's just different than what you're kind of used to, and it absolutely floats. Without the spoilers deployed at the back there, look, it'll float. But it's deadly. It's really cool. Floaty Mac flow face, yeah, it was shocking. We floated like, okay, we're landing in Shannon, so like you have options all over the place, but the approach was off. The weather changed on kind of a 2-mile final, and you're kind of playing second fiddle then once that happens, but it's still an awesome plane. Like, we didn't die, you know, we came close to it now a couple of times, but it was grand. Similar spoilers on the Honda Jet. Yeah, 100%. Alright, over to the cargo area. There's Storm. Idle Cutoff is with us. Mac Vision, Bin Monkey, Bio Games. Awesome flying coming over, lads. Really was. Right, we'll rumble over to the Aer Lingus cargo. I love that they made a cargo variant of this. It's fantastic. So the only downside is when you use an additional screen in the sim, it pretty much halves your frame rate. And there's no easy way around that. Like, it's just kind of tough, you know? Murphy just making up his own taxiway. Well, I mean, the lads in Shannon, you know, a great bunch of lads. That's actually a parking spot where that A400 is. So the taxiway markings, what we have here in the sim, they're not 100% accurate. Because where that A400 is, there's idle cut off. Where that A400 is, they actually use that for parking. And they actually keep you way into the right. All right.
Hello there.
We'll back it up there a smidgen. Ryan Jones, thank you very much indeed. Haven't flown for months, jumped in on final, and was all sorts of panicked on how to do the thing again. Right, it's loads of fun. Loads of fun. Alright, we can go ahead and bring some systems offline now. We'll start off with some lights. They're okay, they're okay. They're okay. APU is already running. Alright. Leave that off. Alrighty. Beautiful. So the Avro RJ professional from Just Flight, alive and well in Flight Sim 2024 since this update. It's I need to fly this thing more. This and also the Fokker, like they're just tremendous airplanes, and I don't give them enough time. I want to give them more time. That is a superb aircraft. I thoroughly enjoyed that flight. Even then, with all the mess and trying to get stuff on the iPad, brilliant, right? Brilliant stuff. What a gorgeous, gorgeous jet that they've made, and you get all the different variants of it as well. You know what I mean? They're just savage detailing. And they say BAE 146, which would make sense because the cargo bins would be significantly older than the aircraft. Yeah, that was awesome, lads. So much fun flying. That was brilliant. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to leave the world of Flight Sim 2024, and we're going to ramble over now to Flight Sim 2020 because we're going to be having a look at our flight for this evening. Right. Sim will hang there for a second. So let me see here now. We're going to exit this. Great, thanks very much for playing. Yes, loads of fun. And if we have a look at the, we can close you. Oh, okay. And let me see, turn off the driver. That's all grand now. So what we want to do, if we open up, what's it, group, Firefly Air, wasn't there like, we have a, I always forget the website. Let's see here. Let us go now into our VATSIM stuff. From Discord. Petrolhead, good to see you, buddy. Right, let me see. So KMCO, that's the one. So we have, let's have a look. What did that open? Is that Edge? Right, so this is what we're doing. Date and time is today, 1900. Block time, an hour and a half. We're going to be departing out of Orlando, and we're going to head down to Standard Edition Handcrafted Airport. Ooh. Arrival scenery is Standard Edition Handcrafted. Perfect. Okay, so Panama City. Panama City, that's what we're doing today. All right. So I don't need to load in any scenery for that one, I don't think. Karen Martin, good to see you, my dude. It's YouTube 6 knots. Welcome in, Kieran. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, so that's what we're going to do. My plan of attack now is fire a Flight Sim 2020, right? And we're going to make sure and test that everything's working. In addition to all of that, we're going to go in and do a briefing of our flight tonight. So we're going to check out Venture Sky. We're going to come over here to the VATSIM radar. And we're going to go over here to SimBrief as well and start planning our flight. So, why haven't I logged in here? Sign in. Sign in. Ba-da-ba-bum. Okay. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and start looking at the weather for this evening, right? So we're going to have a look at the wind speed at the moment, ground stuff. So we're going to be taking off out of Orlando and we're going to be flying across over this neck of the woods here. We're up very close to Pensacola, Panama City, right? So wind along the way today, let's go to this evening. Relatively calm, right? Let's get an overall picture of what's happening here. All right, 7 to 10 knots, not too bad. Not too bad. What about our gusts? Anything we need to worry about? No. All right, so wind speed, let's bring it up to our cruise. So we're going to be, we're going to have a little bit of a headwind. V Pilot, good to see you, buddy. Murph, I got a 3-inch border at the top and bottom of my screen. That's okay, MB. So yeah, when we leave Orlando, we're going to be fighting across this. So about 15, 20 knots directly ahead of us. It'll be more of a crosswind. So, like as we get closer into Panama City, no, it's always going to be a headwind, but it's only going to be like 3 or 4 knots on the nose because it's all coming in at the side. Do you know what I mean? So that's okay. What about precip? Are we expecting any rain later? Well, not that I can see. There's thunders way off to the south. Doesn't look to be anything. No, we're looking good. Cloud coverage, if we have a look. So we're going to be leaving cloud coverage in Orlando with 100%, and we're going to be landing over at almost clear sky conditions. That's pretty awesome. All right. Any thunderstorms? Okay. It's the time of year, really, isn't it? What am I looking for here? Sin. All right, so we might get something coming in. We might get something coming in. Precip, as I say, there's nothing really planned until much later on. Close this gadget, Murph. It wrecks me head that I keep update required. It wrecks me head that it keeps launching all these other ones. Let's have a look here at timings. 6. That's Friday, you muppet. Today. 7 and 10. We're not expecting any stuff here. Right? Thunderstorms. No, I had it on the wrong date. So there's thunderstorms way off to the south, and they're going to be kind of pushing in on that, but I don't see anything mad happening there at all. If we look at the temperature, it's going to be hot as balls, right? 32 degrees up there this evening. Yeah, 32 degrees. But there's no weather fronts moving from what I can see, unless I have that stuff turned off. There we go. So our weather front is going to be south of us. What direction's that moving? It's moving south. So we're leaving the bad weather behind. The bad weather is on the south. It's on the blue area of this. And good high pressure is going to be to the north of this. So we're actually flying into some really beautiful weather. All right. So we're going to have some really beautiful weather flying in. So that's kind of our weather briefing, right? I'm happy enough with that. Nothing I need to start kind of getting terribly worried about. All right. Let's go over here now to SimBrief. We're going to plan a flight based on, now. And then we can go in and tidy it up then after that. So for our VATSIM Thursday flight, there is a routing there. And let's have a look at that. So we are going to be Firefly Air 235 departing out of KMCO. We're going to be flying over to KECP. Tonight we're flying in the 737-8, 737-800 series aircraft. And let's have a look at some of the routing. Jeffries Patoy, is that right? Yeah, Jeffries Patoy. That's our routing. Sweet. So out of Orlando, swinging right north of Tampa, up towards Tallahassee, and then across. Yup. That looks good to me. An hour and a half, 36 right is a departure. We'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and generate the flight. And as it's doing that, we'll go into the VATSIM radar. Why is all of this like not connected anymore? Connect to VATSIM radar. World map. We're in a 737 and we're going to start off at KMCO. Just to make sure that everything's working grand. We parked at 127. That'll do. Hit fly. And let the sim load up. So Bevo, have an awesome day, buddy. Thanks so much for flying with us. Sweet. Yeah, nice small little airport. Yeah. All right, let this load up and we'll get all our add-ons up and running. I think you should start to give a chance to flight sim 2024 with airliners. Yeah. Yeah, not yet. Only because WASM is still... They haven't fixed WASM yet. You know what I mean? And LOD and all this sort of stuff, it's just not perfect yet. It will be, but at the moment, no. For me, airliners are behaving themselves just a lot better in 2020, you know? Now, into the options here, because we don't have... Sure we don't. We don't have, like, the options in terms of, like, frame gen multipliers. Sure we don't. No, we don't. Like, these are my settings in 2020. They're grand. We could go frame gen, but like, I don't think I need it. I like keeping it on TAA. This is taxi to gate scenery for Orlando. Let's fire up GSX here as well, and hopefully it's not out of date. Sound seem a little low. Let's see here now. Can we put this into Flight Simulator? Yeah, that's 100%. Perfect. And on GSX, you're finished fixing your hair. Okay, back into the VATSIM radar. That all looks good to me. And that all looks good to me. All right. We're looking good so far. Now we just want to make sure GSX is working. How many times have you depressed the thing?
The boarding requested.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Is there any screen tearing? No, we should be good. Okay, that looks good to me. Next thing I want to bring in is me Moby flight for the WinWing FCU. Just to make sure this is all working. Not yet, Dave. No news yet, buddy. All right, let's start putting some power into this machine. We do want ground power. Yes.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Thanks very much. Okay, ground power is now connecting, so we'll start putting some power into the aircraft. And make sure that our FCU works, which it does. Deadly. Alright, so our departure, let me see here now, our flights, let's go ahead and unload. We're going to re-import a flight from SimBrief. And we'll pop that in here. So it's giving us runway 36 right. Perfecto. Let's go off and have a gawk. Is that 3.5 or 3.6? You're 3.5 left, so 3.6 right. 3.6 right. So we have a bit of a taxi to get to here. So we want to allow that for our fuel, yeah? So we're up at the Terminal 2 area, or whatever they call it. So we'll be taxiing out this way. Now we did test some of the bridges here the last day, so I'm fairly confident we're all right. It's a long L taxi though, isn't it?
Runway. Awareness. Okay.
You'll be alright.
Feet.
You'll be alright. Okay, I'm happy enough with everything there at the moment. We're going to go in now and load up the other scenery just to see if that's working. Alright. And then we'll go down to our flight plan and we'll have a look at our departure, arrival, and any of the other jazz we need to worry about. Do you know? Is this light gone very dark or something, is it? It's gone very strange. Hang on. How do I fix this? This light has, to me, this light has gone terribly dark. Elgato key light. Call it 17. Call that. Right. That's a little bit better. I'm down at the United Gates, Sunjammer says. All right. KECP. That again. KECP. West Florida.
Hello there.
Gate 34. Or the ramp. Gate 33. Go in gate 33 and see what happens, right? Right. Let's see what happens. Beta, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. I hope you're well. We're just about to go through our VATSIM briefing for this evening's flight from Orlando up to Panama City. Give everything a few seconds. All right. So this is a default Soba one. Should there not be like handcrafted scenery for this, no? I mean, like, Jay, it's a huge runway. I don't really mind, like, you know, the advantage is we're going to have decent frame rates. And there's a couple of gates here we can jump onto. You know? Oh, MCO. Sorry, yes.
The boarding requested.
Does freeware or does payware? What does a freeware look like? I'm not going for the payware because it's it's FSX scenery or one of this crowd. To be honest, there's not really enough in it to justify it. What we have is grand, I think. So GSX, Grand Operations. So what's GSX doing? That's just going to use the... Yeah, just external is fine. Right, what else do we want? Ground power.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Okay, power us up again. Doke. Give that a few minutes to warm up. And then as we're waiting, we're going to test some V-Pilot. Goosh. Ah, you have to press an X-Pilot to Muppet. We would like V-Pilot. Still no update regarding those VMR files for the Phoenix stuff. Cornwolf, I don't know if you're still here, buddy. The model matching on VATSIM, it seems to be shagged with Phoenix. I don't know if you can take a look at it or see what you think yourself. Connect. V-Pilot host. Let it load up. Scanning for models. And we're connected. We'll go just onto the Lonely Com. 1228. Should do it here. 1228. And let's just have a quick look to see, is there anyone on the ground?
Runway. Awareness. Okay. Feet.
Do we have other people's here? At the moment, no. 10,000 foot runway, yeah, it's huge, man. It's huge. Okay, just ourselves here on the ground, but we should be okay for audio and the like. We're showing up on VATSIM already, so that's a good sign. Isn't it a cool jet? Yo, 737, lads. Absolutely class. Right, let that do its thing. So what we can look at here, that's okay. VATSIM is okay. Why are we on mode Charlie? Get off, you devil, you. Okay, so that's all grand, right? Last thing now we're going to look at is our flight. So, what do we have? We'll go back down here to our departure. So this is their airport. So we're going to be off the air side too. We're probably going to get a taxi on Juliet, onto Bravo, and then Bravo 9. So it's not as bad as it actually looks. We're going to be up here. This is the way. It's unlikely they'll bring us down this way, but they might say Hotel 1, Hotel 3, 5, Echo 5, and then down this way. This is the cleaner way to go. All right. So now, when it comes to our departure, this is an RNAV departure on the Red Sox 1. So it's going to be off runway 36 right, 600 feet, and 2300, climb via the SID, 3000, max 230 knots up to 4000 feet at lefty. And then we turn left at lefty. So speed restriction and an altitude restriction. We just want to watch for that later on. And we'll program it into the aircraft. It'll do it itself, but just for us. We then left turn over to Blossom below 7,000 feet. And then it's out to Red Sox. And then that's the end of our restrictions. And then we absolutely boot it on. All right. So when it comes to our arrival, it didn't actually give me an arrival. Do we have an arrival? Georgia. Or Georgia. 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 Or Jaja. There's no stars. Alright. So our approach. Flights. Let's look at our approach. So we're planning runway 34. We got an RNAV. Now, where's the Clark transition? You can probably go Jawa and Clark. Not that it makes much of a difference. That'd be tidier. All right. Let's look at the RNAV. So we're going to be coming in. Maybe not from Clark. We'll probably come in at Wesley or Wesgy. And then we're in. That's fairly. Gesundheit, it sneezed again. Missed approach, climb to 4,000 feet, direct to Hosby. And on track 013 degrees to Hup and hold. Continue to climb in the hold to 4,000 feet. To Blaze, good to see you, buddy. Back from the holidays in Crete. Nice one. Welcome back, buddy. Yeah, I don't know, is it Jar Jar or Jaw Jaw, but it's weird, isn't it? Alright, okay. The missed approach looks fairly straightforward. Let's just look at this again. We'll go missed, 4,000, direct Hosby, then on track at 013 on a heading to Hup. So if we have a look at it this way, missed approach, climb like a devil to Hosby, right turn over to 013, and then we enter the hold at Hup, climbing to 4,000 feet. Nice. Who is Mr. Approach? Mr. Approach. Very good, Shunty. D. Holmes, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Holmes Valley, look. Holmes Valley. It's there on the map. Okay, I'm relatively happy with this, lads. Like, it doesn't... You know, it doesn't look to be... It doesn't look to be overcomplicated. We are flying directly over Orlando Executive, I'd say, is it? Yeah. But we're going to be at... That's why there's minimum and maximum altitudes. They got you, right? So, it's pretty handy. Fax, Ears, Lefty, Blossom, Red Sox, Jeffries, Patoy, Diener. Like, it's all a matter of... Try, not necessarily learn, but call out all the waypoints, because if ATC ask you to go direct later on, you'd be like, what do you say? Where do you say? If you have an idea of where to go, because you've seen the names, it'll make things a lot easier. Yeah. So from Jaw Jaw, it's going to be just rambling straight in. Now we can probably do... We'll probably go the Clark transition, only because we can see it properly on the RNAV. So from Jaw Jaw up to Clark, and then we're in. Worst case scenario, we have to go missed. It's going to be climbing direct to Hosby, then slightly on a heading 013 degrees up until we get to Hup. We enter the hold at Hup and we climb up to 4,000 feet. And then we await ATC instruction. If we don't have ATC instruction, what I would recommend doing is exit the hold at Hup and come back to Clark and back in around again. Or you can go visual, right? I'd say visual is going to be fine. The weather tonight is to be quite nice, right? So I wouldn't think we're going to have an issue here at all. I wouldn't say we'll have an issue at all. In real life, pilot crews will go over the waypoints, taking into account weather and other operational hindrances. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, where can things get tricky? If it's busy on takeoff, we could get direct routing. Or vectors. You know, turn left heading, whatever. En route, usually not. And like, if there was ever a flight you guys wanted to try on VATSIM, this is probably it, I'd say. This is a very straightforward flight. Now, famous last words, but there's nothing too very tricky about this. RNAV departure, RNAV arrival. You're not even worried about an ILS. It's using GPS signals, so your aircraft will just fly to those regions. We hope. Right? Now, you might get a bit of traffic out of Tampa. You will get a bit of traffic coming across out of Jacksonville. And then, of course, you know, you probably will get a bit of traffic heading in towards kind of Pensacola, over kind of Pensacola and even beyond. But I'm fairly happy with that. The chances of that runway changing? Unlikely. We've already looked at the weather. Right? I mean, this is what it's doing wind-wise. This is now, and that's tonight. It's coming in from the north. Do you know what I mean? You say this, but this is Microsoft WASM Simulator, right? 1017. There's good high pressure here all the way around. Humidity, 40%. Orlando 70%. Oof. And it's going to be hot. 32 degrees. So, yeah, for your rail passengers and stuff, you want to be keeping an eye on cabin temperatures and all this kind of stuff, you know? So, does anyone have any questions about tonight's flight? It seems very straightforward, doesn't it? It seems lovely and straightforward. Nothing mad here about the scenery. When we land, it's going to be in on 3-4. Let's just see what we can see around us here. Any landmarks that we need to be looking for. Not really. Keep the estuary on our right hand side as we approach the runway. And in terms of vacating, we'd be looking for here, which is Alpha. Ideally we want Alpha. Failing Alpha, we can get Alpha. Do you know what I need to do? I need to install the black square stuff. Old veteran, good to see you. Only if you packed your own. Good morning, Scott. I hope you're well, buddy. Let's have a look at the charts here because the scenery is incorrect. So... yeah, it's completely wrong. So we have Juliet, Kilo, Mike, Papa, Sierra. So we're going to try and exit at Papa or Sierra. Papa or Sierra. Ideally, they're the ones that we want. Yeah, they're the ones that we want. So that looks good to me. The flight plan is relatively straightforward. The weather is looking good. Scenery is working. Aircraft is working. Everything in the sim should be doing what it should do. So we just focus on the flying. All right. It's good that you're inside the building of VATSIM at Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah. Will there be snacks? There will be snacks. The website, yeah, it's a lot like Windy, Shirley Dev. I find Venture Sky more accurate for me, especially in Ireland, whatever it is about the weather data that they have here. But yeah, they're all the same. You know, they all do the same thing. You know. So right, lads, looking forward to this one tonight. Looking forward. We're going to be kicking off at 1900 Zulu, and yeah, that's kind of us now for today. We flew the RJ Professional from Just Flight. I messed around putting screens on other screens. I'm not finished playing with those. And we have now briefed our flight tonight. We know that we're going to depart out of Orlando. Runway heading, left turn to lefty, climbing. And Captain Cowdwater, good to see you. Andre, welcome in. Hola. G. Holmes says, will you be putting on an American accent? You know, we could try and put on some sort of an American accent for the flight. Could you imagine, you know? But yeah, so the flight across, worst case scenario, missed approach, fly runway heading direct to Holby, was it? And then a right turn 013 degrees up to Hup, and we hold at Hup. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it, man. Right, that's the story now. I'm away. It's going to be a shot of lunch, bit of messing with some screens, and yeah, very much looking forward to this flight tonight. So lads, thank you all so very much indeed for all your support during this stream. We'll be back in about 6 hours, give or take, and we shall do this VATSIM flight with our group tonight. So until then, have an awesome day. Larry red, Larry yellow. Oh no!
I've had enough of this Wowdy Webble sniggering behavior. Silence! Call yourselves Praetorian guards. You're not. Seize him, blow your noses and seize him. What did Spartacus say when a lion scoffed his wife? Nothing, he was Goldie Ada.
To turn, and we'll start advancing that mixture back in here now shortly. Come on, prop.
Sink rate.
You're all right.
Sink rate. Up. Sink rate.
Give us a bit of air in the nose there. Nearly. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. We need the wind. Oh, bother. We need more speed. This isn't dangerous at all. 110, 120. Mixture in. The mixture's in. Come on. She doesn't want to play. She nearly got there. Hang on now. Easy. There she goes. Jesus.